There is a problem with anti-addiction videos, and that is they center around this tragic story of how bad things can get, but actual addicts do not care about the consequences of whatever substance they are abusing. If anything, actual addicts are the one who knows the consequences best and nonetheless still continue to whatever it is. And most anti-addiction videos do not exist to help actual addicts, but to prevent people from becoming those addicts, because it is significantly financially smarter, more efficient to stop people rather than help the ones who are addicted. And because of that, the ones who struggle the most are the ones with the least resources. That is sad. And in this video, it is going to be a very uncomfortable watch discussing about penises, why we watch porn, how to stop watching, and at the very end of the video, a guaranteed way to know if you're actually addicted or not. Quitting cold turkey is seen as the best solution for a lot of addicts, because if this thing is hurting me, I must stop it immediately and quit. But an addiction should be treated as if it's a very intense habit, and habits are not formed immediately, but a slow, gradual accumulation until it becomes a regular routine. Imagine this. Right? You wake up, you snooze the alarm, and then now that I snooze the alarm, I create an extra alarm. Snooze alarm, until you come to this point where there is a wall of alarms. Here's the thing, you are aware of the problem, but then again, you still choose to snooze. You can't help yourself, and just like addictions, it becomes a habit that must be fixed slowly, just like how it was introduced. Should you actually quit cold turkey? Because it actually depends on your specific situation. It could be a good thing, and it could also literally kill you, just like alcohol. It depends on the substance. And because we are discussing about porn and how I view things, quitting cold turkey is not the best way to go at it, because most people just want results immediately, instant gratification, and more importantly, a lot of people don't know how to actually quit. So the simplest solution is just to quit altogether. But then again, relapsing, that's a big problem. People give themselves credit, but then always go back into watching porn because it is so deeply integrated into your everyday lives. You hop on TikTok, you hop on Twitter, you hop on YouTube, just like my thumbnail. People will complain that my thumbnail will trigger someone into actually masturbating, but guess what? I don't give a fuck. You must do evil things for the betterment of other people. I didn't get triggered, and let's learn why. People get addicted to things because it feels good, and your body will release a lot of dopamine to crave it more. There are also triggers like my thumbnail, like specific chocolates, smells of sweets that will trigger people because it will remind them of the previous experience and how good it was, releasing dopamine for them to crave what they've done before. This is why addiction happens. It forces people to keep on coming back. So to stop coming back, you decrease the memory of what was so good in the first place. And how do you do that? You do things that make the activity, pornography, eating sweets, less enjoyable. And the first step, not just for porn, but screen addiction as a whole, is to go into your settings, search filter, color filter, turn it on, and then click the grayscale. Everything becomes immediately less enjoyable. And over time, you'll come to this realization that maybe spending time with family, deep conversations with friends will be more enjoyable than scrolling on TikTok, very simply because there is no more color. But I guarantee you that will not be enough for a lot of addicts, because the next step is adding more of these layers and restrictions upon what you choose to enjoy, making it as difficult as possible to get that cheap win of an orgasm. And P.S. this applies to every single addiction. I'm only specifying towards pornography because that is the topic of the video. And another restriction you can add is, now that everything's black and white, you absolutely mute the volume. So now you're just watching two people fuck in black and white with no volume, and then people prefer their specific genres. Pick a genre you don't like. So now you're watching big booty Latinas twerking with no color, with no sound, with shit you don't want to watch. And why am I even watching this in the first place? You slowly accumulate over time these restrictions that ruins the experience. And because there are no videos that actually provide help, just dramatic stories to scare people away from starting in the first place, which, by the way, not a bad thing. It is actually good. I'm just discussing that a lot of people who are addicted don't get a lot of help. They don't have a lot of solutions, so they delve deeper into these problems, or they try to find solutions in the dumbest ways possible. I am talking about about semen retention. Porn is bad, and a lot of men are addicted to it because they are unable to healthily express their urges, and dumb people take the extreme opinion that I will never orgasm under any circumstances, I will hold my nut in forever. And that's because they are pussies. A lot of the semen retention community can't get girls but will like to feel like they have control and a choice in their life. And then they enter this world and fake reality talking about stupid mumbo jumbo. Day 30. Women are magically more interested in you and your charisma is through the roof. Be realistic. That's not how it works. We are human beings born with urges to eat, sleep, and love. The problem is this overconsumption of food, slothful activities, and engaging in pointless, lustful activities. My personal opinion is that masturbation is not bad. There's a YouTube playlist of monkeys jerking it, primates masturbate. Humans and masturbation is not the real problem. It is that people just don't know. They don't know enough because it is an uncomfortable conversation. I'm sure this video was so weird to watch, and there is this air of shame with every addiction of admitting, pretending it is not a problem. The best way to know if you have a porn problem is that if you finally get your significant other, boy, girl, and you have a healthy opportunity to express your urges and you fail to choose the healthy solution, then you are addicted. This is a very complex video, and if you want a 30-minute expansion of every single point I listed, I have a Patreon. I dropped out of college and I finally told my mom. She doesn't like it, so if you guys like the videos, please support me because I will have to go back and the videos will take months to upload because, you know, I'll be busy getting my internships, making a lot of money, but I'd rather do YouTube. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Toodaloo-doo.